So why is it that some people have very low cholesterol counts and they have massive blockages, complete blockages, they need triple bypass surgery, and some people have massive amounts of cholesterol in their bloodstream, their arteries are wide open. The LDL never attaches itself to the artery. Why is that?
This is the Kevin Trudeau Show.
I am exposing the corruption in government and in major multinational corporations. We're telling you the things that they don't want you to know that will make your life better.
Many of you, and the producer of this show, the president of the Kevin Trudeau Show, one of my dearest, closest friends, we've known each other for 30 years, John Denny, is one of these guys who has been suckered in completely to, my doctor tells me to do it. It's called cholesterol drugs. So let me give you a little education about cholesterol. The doctor will tell you, you want to have low cholesterol. And cholesterol has LDL, which is low density lipoproteins, and HDL, high density lipoproteins. So you have cholesterol, and that cholesterol breaks down into LDL and HDL. And the doctors will tell you, you want to have a low cholesterol count. And most importantly, you want to have a low LDL count. And the ratio between the LDL and the HDL has to be a certain amount. Because the doctors will tell you that the LDL cholesterol will attach itself to the artery wall. So you have blood going through the artery, and the LDL cholesterol attaches and then begins to block your arteries, slowing down the blood flow. When the blood flow is impeded because the LDL is attaching on both sides, you get blockages. When the blood flow goes down, you have poor circulation. You get cold feet. If you get a sore on your foot, it doesn't heal very quickly. Your skin begins to sag. Guys can't get erections. They have erectile dysfunction. Your brain doesn't get enough blood or oxygen, so you start getting dementia. And you're tired, you don't sleep well, you're irritable, you gain weight, and of course, you could have a stroke or a heart attack. And you have a heart attack because the artery gets completely blocked, the blood can't go through, you have a massive heart attack. They open you up and they give you triple, quadruple bypass surgery. And so the doctor will say, in order to prevent your arteries being clogged by the cholesterol, we're going to take some cholesterol tests. And if it's high, we're going to prescribe to you one of the cholesterol lowering drugs to prevent heart disease. Because the cholesterol lowering drugs reduce cholesterol. That all sounds good, doesn't it? All right, Kevin, that's logical. I have high cholesterol. The cholesterol attaches itself, so I want to lower it. So there's less cholesterol to attach, and that will prevent the arteries from getting clogged. So let's go through a couple questions. Doctor from Harvard cardiologist. I have a question. Yes, Mr. Trudeau. Is there anybody out there that has like 600 cholesterol counts and doesn't have any blocked arteries and never has a stroke or heart disease and doesn't have any erectile dysfunction? Well, actually, yes, Mr. Trudeau. There are people all over the world that when we draw their blood, they have the highest possible cholesterol counts, 600, 700, 800. And they have no heart disease their entire life, and they live to be 90 years old. So why are you prescribing a cholesterol-lowering drug if a guy has a 240 cholesterol count? Well, Mr. Trudeau, the reason is I am a medical doctor, and I am not going to get sued for malpractice, and I am not going to lose my license. So I have a protocol, and that protocol is effectively written by the government and the drug companies. The drug companies want the protocols written so that I will prescribe more drugs. So therefore, if you come into my office and I draw your blood and you have a 240 cholesterol count, I, by law, have to prescribe to you cholesterol-reducing drugs. Whether you take them or not is your own business. But I'm going to tell you you need it, and I'm going to put it into the file and say, I told the patient he needed this. I tried to encourage him to take it, and I even wrote a prescription for him. But he never followed through. And then if that patient has a heart attack, he can't sue me for malpractice, and I won't lose my license. Makes all logical sense now, doesn't it? It's about the money, isn't it? So the real question is, does cholesterol-lowering drugs reduce the chances that you will have a heart attack? Let's go to the experts. Mr. Statistician expert on the data, Sloan Kettering Institute, Harvard University. Does cholesterol-reducing drugs reduce cholesterol? Yes! But does cholesterol-reducing drugs reduce the chance that you have a heart attack? No! You didn't know that, did you? It will reduce cholesterol. The drug will reduce cholesterol, but it doesn't reduce the likelihood that you're going to have a heart attack or a stroke. In fact, let's go back to Harvard University Medical School. How about Johns Hopkins Medical School? Does the cholesterol-reducing drug cause damage to the liver? Yes, it does, 100% of the time, Mr. Trudeau. And what does that cause for the patient? Well, number one, they gain weight. Number one, they have hormonal imbalances. They can get duplicate contracture. They can get arthritis. They can have a whole host of autoimmune diseases because the liver is one of the most important organs in your body. And when you take in the cholesterol-reducing drugs and it's damaging the liver, clearly, it's having an adverse effect on every other health issue in that patient. Now, by the way, I am not a doctor. Do not follow any advice that I give you. Always check with your American Medical Association or whatever country you live in, government-authorized medical doctor, and always listen to the drug companies. Do not listen to Kevin Trudeau. I'm only giving you this for entertainment purposes and informational purposes only. And I am exercising my First Amendment constitutional rights of free speech. Hang him! Calm down. Put a muzzle on him. I know, throw him in prison. Somebody's watching. Jesus Christ, he's doing the same thing that caused him to get thrown in prison the first time. You're goddamn right I am. I'm doing the same thing. Exercising my First Amendment constitutional rights of free speech, and every person in the world has to stand up to tyranny. Every single person has to stand up to the suppression of the free flow of ideas. Every single person should stand up and not put up with censorship by the government. They want to control you. Have fun doing it. You don't have to get upset. Maybe for a second. But then relax and have some fun. And we are having fun. So let's talk about this cholesterol. Does LDL cholesterol, the low-density lipoprotein, Kevin, does it actually attach itself to the artery and actually does cause some blockages in people? Absolutely 100% yes. Okay, so how come if a person has 6 or 7 100 cholesterol counts, they don't have any blockages, some of those people. And how come some people who have really, really, really low cholesterol counts, how come they have complete blockages? See, that's another fact that nobody will tell you. The amount of cholesterol you have in the blood does not matter, because some people who have very, 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 very low cholesterol counts still get blockages. The LDL still attaches itself to the artery wall, and the arteries will still get 100% blocked. And then some people have really high cholesterol counts, lots of LDL, they don't have it attaching to the artery, and their arteries are always wide open. So it's not the amount. The reason the doctors tell you this is because the drug companies want to sell Lipitor and the different cholesterol-reducing drugs, and they want you to take these drugs every day for the rest of your life. It's a great profitable business. And it's also an additional profit because they know that if you're if you're ignorant enough. Oh, wait a minute. I use the word ignorant, right? Ignoramus. And somebody wrote in the chat, a better word would be naive. Do you have the definition, Trey, of the word naive? Because I don't want to call you stupid, nor do I want to call you, if you're taking some of these things, a moron, and I really don't want to call you an ignoramus, which is accurate. You're ignorant. But here it says a person showing a lack of experience, wisdom, or judgment. So denoting art, well, forget the art one. Okay, so that's kind of naive. So naive is somebody who doesn't have experience, wisdom, or judgment. Sure, the word ignorant, because I think actually ignorant is better. Then I can call you that and you won't be offended because you're thinking, well, that's an accurate definition of who I am. Here's ignorant. Lacking knowledge or awareness in general understanding, unsophisticated. Lacking knowledge, information, or awareness about a particular thing. Okay, so you're a combination of naive and ignorant. Listen, you take cholesterol reducing drugs because you're ignorant. You're lacking knowledge about that particular thing. I'm giving you this knowledge for informational, educational, and entertainment purposes only. Do nothing that I say. It will cause danger to you. I am warning you. Follow the advice of your licensed healthcare practitioner and always listen to the government only. Do not listen to me. I am just having fun today, right? Okay. So let's go back to the LDL, low density lipoprotein, part of the cholesterol. So why is it that some people have very low cholesterol counts and they have massive blockages, complete blockages, they need triple bypass surgery, and some people have massive amounts of cholesterol in their bloodstream, their arteries are wide open. The LDL never attaches itself to the artery. Why is that? Here's why, ladies and germs. The LDL cholesterol is good for you. The HDL cholesterol is good for you. Cholesterol is a blessing. It's good for you. It's part of God's creation. We're supposed to have it. It's how our body operates. It's a fat and it's wonderful and it does all these amazing things with the brain. It does all these amazing things on regulating hormone balance. It does all these amazing things for producing testosterone so the guys are virile and you don't need Viagra. I can't believe the amount of people, the percentage of males today over 30 years old who need erectile dysfunction drugs. It just cracks me up, man. It just cracks me up. I get friends of mine who are like 65, 70, and we joke. Do you take any of that stuff? The guy goes, nope. I'm like, I can get like that 2 times, 3 times a day. Because my wife loves me. I go, yeah, you're a man. Because he's not an idiot. He's not an ignoramus. He's been educated on ways naturally to keep his body healthy and virile. He's not taking drugs every day. As a matter of fact, doesn't take drugs at all. The drugs will cause you to become impotent. And then you need Viagra, Cialis, or whatever they're selling now. So the cholesterol is good. So here's how it works. The LDL cholesterol is so good for you, it will save your life. That's why it's there. So here's what happens. The LDL cholesterol is floating through your bloodstream, and it has a job to do. It says, I am an LDL cholesterol. And my job is to make sure that my person stays alive and is healthy. Well, what do you do, Mr. LDL cholesterol? Well, when I'm floating through the arteries and the veins and all that stuff, if there's any damage to the artery, if it's scarred, do you know if the artery is scarred, the person can die? Because if it breaks through, the person can bleed internally and they'll die very quickly. So I'm on the lookout. The LDL cholesterol is talking here. The LDL cholesterol says, I'm on the lookout as I'm going through the veins and the arteries, and I'm looking for any damage to the artery or the veins. And if I see any scarring or damage, I sacrifice myself and I jump and I attach and patch it up. And then I stay there to make sure that the wall is now solid and healed and it won't rupture. And so that the person won't bleed internally and die. LDL, Mr. LDL, Miss LDL, Mrs. LDL. You are an amazing, amazing lifesaver. Well, thank you very much. Yes, I am. And I get a bad rap, but I'm doing a good job. So here's the point. The LDL cholesterol will only attach itself to the inside of the artery if the artery is damaged. And it's saving your life. But if the arteries continue to get damaged, then it continues to pack on again, pack on again, all throughout the artery. And then the artery begins to get clogged. And now you're in big trouble. Hi, I'm Kevin Trudeau. This is everything they don't want you to know about to improve the quality of your life. Broadcasting every Monday and Wednesday, 2 days a week now. Monday and Wednesday at 1 o'clock Chicago time. Make sure you tune in and subscribe to the channel and share these shows with everyone you know.